Good morning and welcome back to a steaming hot week in the south of France.
Yeah, it's not as hot as Athens and wherever else, but it's still pretty spicy.
It's still a heat wave. It's still up in the
it,
mid to high 30s at the moment, every single day for like the last week, and it's getting a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's getting a bit much. Literally within like 5 minutes of being outside, you're sticky. It's just not very pleasant.
It's not. And I think being in the van doubly makes it that way, because normally you'd maybe be able to have a couple of showers a day, whatever else. Can't quite do that in here. Manage one a day, so that's good. And the dogs, we're doing everything in our capabilities to keep these dogs as cool as possible.
Yeah, which is quite tricky. It's really quite tricky. You know, we've stayed actually in. Well, it's not really a campsite. What was it? What would you class it as? You still pay for it, but there's really no facilities. There's no toilets, there's no showers.
They have water.
They have water, but they don't have any power. We run out of power
because we parked in the shade to keep out the sun.
We've got no solar panel.
So our fridge is now not working, so that's good. So basically, between keeping the dog cool, trying to get solar in, trying to conserve battery power, emptying the fridge because it's switched off again, we're doing really well.
And last night we completely ran out of power. The fan wasn't working when we woke up.
Nope,
nothing.
Battery was screeching, or the inverter was screeching.
Yeah. It doesn't happen that often to us, but we've had to find so much shade that we're just not getting any solar. So it's been a bit difficult. But here's a few things that we have done this week. We had a lovely walk there as well. Well, I say lovely walk. Alright, well, note to self, don't come and do this kind of walk when you got flip-flops on.
Bad choice of footwear.
Yeah,
Espadrilles are not that much better, nor is a long skirt.
We kind of got this one a bit wrong, but to be fair, it's just too hot to put shoes on. I think we just go and sit on the beach for a little while.
Yep.
And have a little bit of a quiet time before the hordes of people turn up here, because
will it be a quiet time? At the weekend, there was a report of a shark. The whole beach shut down, red flags up everywhere.
It's one of those moments where, you know, you're in the water, you put your head under the water, and all you can hear is dun dun dun.
Apparently the closest one that has been spotted was in Marseille. So, it's kind of a good hour and a half away, well, about hour and a half away from here. So, I think we're probably all right.
Half an hour swim for a fish.
Yeah, that's true. There's no traffic, is there, to navigate?
There's no traffic.
Don't need helicopters.
So anyway, we're going to head back then and try and dodge the sharks.
So we've just sat down just for a quick 5-minute break, and there was a guy walking with his 2 dogs, and the dog decided to poo, and he was just going to cover it up with the seaweed. So we waved some poo bags at him, and he came along and said, I was going to pick it up. No, you weren't.
Absolute bullshit.
No, you weren't.
He was so going to leave it there, kick sand over it. He's on his phone with 2 dogs. And this is the reason why dogs get banned from beaches, because of idiots like that guy. This is going to be packed, this beach, later on, with kids playing and everything like that. They just don't care. So I actually yelled at him, I whistled at him, yelled at him, and he came over and goes, oh, I was covering it with sand to pick it up with my hands. No, he wasn't. He was going to try and be on the phone as well as carrying a handful of shit.
And 2 big dogs.
Don't think so. There was more shit coming out of his mouth than there was out of the dog.
We have plenty of poo bags to share.
He's just had the joy of walking down the beach, which he didn't want to do with people looking, swinging a bag of shit, which is what he should be doing. But it's currently 8:30. It is actually really warm already.
Yeah.
But it is the best time to get the dogs out. You can see that they're nicely chilled now. It's been so hot here over the last week that we've had to take steps to try and, you know, keep ourselves as cool as possible. And a certain little person has decided to go somewhere cooler. So let's go through the points. Point number 1, don't walk your dogs in 35-degree heat between the hours of 11 and 6 o'clock. I'd say probably even earlier than that.
Yeah.
Point number 2, I would say don't travel during those hours in the van with your dogs, or even by yourself if you haven't got air conditioning, which we haven't. Okay, that's a problem. Point number 3, is find shade to park under. It's a double-edged sword because you need the solar panels for your electric, but you also need the shade as well. Point number 4, try and stay around bodies of water, i.e. the sea or a lake or a river, that sort of stuff, so you can go and take a dip and cool off. Point number 5, ventilation. Make sure your van is very well ventilated. If you've not got a max air fan and you just got these pop tops off the top, yeah, you're going to suffer in this sort of temperatures. So if you're fitting out your van, get a max air fan in the roof, and wherever the max air fan is, make sure there's some ventilation at the other end of the van so the air gets pulled through the van, which works really well for us.
Yeah, because even at night it was what, about 25 still? 25 during the night?
27.
Okay, 27 during the night. And we, with the system, the max air system, we actually still had to put a cover on us because it actually got a bit chilly at one point. In the meantime, before it gets too hot, I'm going to be using my Fitbeast.
Okay, so I would just like to thank Fitbeast for being this week's sponsor of our video, and Charlotte is kindly volunteered to show you exactly how it works. So, Charlotte. Another one. And another one.
That could almost be a salt.
So first of all, you get 3 wheels. They're rubber free. They will not break. It didn't break under my weight, and I'm a pretty heavy guy. The key features about this is that you have 2 different types of nodules on this. One you can roll on this side, which is like a finger massage, and this side is more like elbows in your back, which is actually my favorite. Actually, I use this one. And you'll see the ridge down the middle of this is for your spine. So it is the most comfortable back pain relief massager in the world. So if you are interested in purchasing a Fitbeast for yourself, the links are in the description, so go on there, get one for yourself. Okay, well, it is now steaming hot here, and there's a perfectly good sea over there, so that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to film going there, it's too hot, so we're just going to meet you at the beach.
See you there.
Let's do it, baby. Charlotte's just munching away on some melon straight out of the fridge. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. Mm-hmm. You're going to save me some?
Might do.
If you don't know already, we're actually on Pampelone Beach. That's where we are. And the yachts out here, there must be billions of pounds of yachts sitting out here right now. But I don't care, I'm sitting here with my land yacht behind here, which I'm more than happy with. But yeah, seriously thinking about upping sticks and going into the Alps. It's like 10 degrees cooler there. And I'm seriously considering it right now because this is really quite painful. But we're going to go for a dip, but we have the 2 dogs, so what do? Do we both go in and take the dogs with us? Do we go, wait, uh-oh, it's gone. bit windy.
Which is why it's a saving grace. It's just wind. There is actually wind.
I'm going to go and take a dip. She's going to go and take a dip. Yeah, we'll come back to you in a bit. We also had some, you know, quite good encounters with the wild boars around here. There was a family. There's mum, what looked like possibly dad, and 7 babies. So we've done some recording. I actually had two helpers at the place we were staying. There was another English couple there. I actually sat down and had a chat with them for a while one evening, which was great. Loved it. So they've sent over their footage of me actually feeding the wild boar with a carrot. So let me show you a bit of that now.
Well, make no mistake, we wouldn't necessarily go up to any wild boar and do that. It's
No.
because they are pretty tame, because they are constantly around humans in these parts, and they know they're getting their food from humans, because they look. If you happen to leave a bin bag outside, they will scavenge it.
Or your food.
Or your food box, they will get into it.
They are pretty harmless. I mean, they come up to me and took carrot off me and such like.
Well, if it charges it, it won't be harmless. But in this
just
situation, it was.
Yeah. So what we're doing now? Well, we're now heading off. We've got some shopping to do.
Yeah, do that. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock.
We have to get up early in the morning or leave at night. You cannot do this during the day. No.
No.
You know, come midday, really come 11 o'clock, it's unbearable. We don't have air conditioning, as you well know. Mm-hmm. We don't have air conditioning in a van. It's absolutely stupid not having air conditioning in this van, but it's an English van. And none of these vans come with air conditioning. I don't know why. It's just, well, I mean, what's the temperature over in England right now? 20? I do feel sorry for you guys in England right now.
We cannot get away from this, and totally self-inflicted, but it's just worth mentioning that, yeah, you think, oh, parking shade will be fine. In this temperature, you're not.
So what we're doing now is, we're going to go and do some shopping. We've got to stock up on some food and drink, and most importantly, let's get moving, shall we? On your butt. Right, well, we're at the casino. Charlotte's gone to go and do the shopping, and I'm looking after the dogs. But in this car park, there's a different level of stupidity. And I call it stupidity because that's exactly what it is. It's okay, you know, being in a van, being self-contained in a van, but please don't start making these places look like shanty towns and putting your tents out. You just can't do that sort of stuff, because you're going to get camping, you're going to get places like this shut down for everybody. Not just you, but everybody. So please, if you do come to these sort of places, contain yourself in your vehicle, go to a campsite if you can afford it, but for the love of God, leave the tents in the van.
We haven't made it to the Gorge de Verdon just yet. Things took a little bit longer, but on the upside we were able to collect 2 deliveries that were missing. Mm-hmm. So that is a big plus for the day.
It's a big bonus.
One is very important and the other was not so important, but you know, either way, we've got them both and we've done the food shopping. So now we're going to try and find somewhere with some shade, but also with a bit of sun. So sun for the solar, shade for us. I don't think it's going to quite work.
But we have accomplished a lot this morning. I'm quite happy. We've got some
install
problems.
yours.
We've got some problems with the batteries as well. The batteries don't seem to want to charge because the backs are hot. I think the temperature control sensor for the solar panels has stopped, so it's not allowing charge to go to the batteries because it's too hot in the back. And,
so again, we need to find somewhere that we can open the doors to allow some ventilation.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what we need to do.
So there's quite a lot of technical manoeuvres we have to make for the van. And the other problem is the fridge is working way too hard and it's taking too much power at the moment. The seals are warm. The fridge itself is okay.
Because the compressor, the back of the fridge is behind me. And in the cab it gets like super hot in here. And I just think it's just not coping. And the inverter's just going crazy. The fan's on all the time. It's just using so much power. We need to get out of this heat. I mean, that's what we need. We need this heat wave to finish and do one, basically. Don't we?
Actually, I don't know quite what they're doing down in Greece and lower part southern Spain and that where
if you're doing van life down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. People in houses or people in houses.
If you're doing van life down there, then you know, good luck to you people, because this is pretty tough at 36, 37 degrees. So what it's like at 43 plus, then good luck with that. We're going to go now and find to a park up. I found one that looks quite interesting. It looks by a river and it's relatively local. It's only 20 minutes away from here. So we're going to go and do that and have a little walk. It looks like there's a good place to take the dogs for a walk. It looks like there's a path, there's a walk there which is really shaded in the trees.
Forest,
that's really important.
That'd be important.
So we're going to go and do that. Okay, well, let's get going.
Yep, off we go.
Okay, so this pitch isn't quite what we thought it was. I thought there was a bit more shade than there is, and obviously the cars have taken all the spaces with the shade. But I did notice a space up further, so we're going to head back there. Looks like a lot more shade. That's what we need right now. So
look, ice cubes.
Oh yeah, we bought some ice cubes for the dogs. Little
ice cube, cover up with cotton. There you go. Lily's happy as anything. Now we even have ice for our drinks. Woohoo! The dog's sat on it, but it's fine. There we go.
Whoa, yeah. Anyway, we're just going to enjoy our drink here and then let the dogs chill for a bit. And then we're going to go for this walk. You'll see what that's like. So we'll see you in a wee while. Looking like a proper tourist now, right?
Don't make her scared.
I've always been an antagonising bastard is the word I'm looking for.
And I have the sensation of my head kind of going up and down. I get it in lifts as well. I don't know if any of you get that. Literally for about 5 minutes afterwards you feel like you're like this the whole time. So yeah. Didn't like that bridge.
What is wrong with you?
There are these kind of spider webs absolutely everywhere. I've yet to see a spider in one. I don't know if I want to, but I might like to. But yeah.
You might like to.
I might like to, but then maybe I don't. There you go, that will do for our next tiny house. I bet it stays cool in there too. Oh, there's a couple of gravestones over there.
What?
A couple of gravestones, look. It's not a cemetery.
Oh. Well, that's a bit random. So what are they for then?
Well, there's 4, and they're actually for martyrs of the resistance. So they died on the 29th of July 1944, so coming up for what, nearly 80 years. They're actually 3 members of the same family, so a father and 2 sons, and then another name. It transpires that they were actually shot, well, they were actually members of the resistance. They were taken from their homes and tortured for information on some local, on a drop of arms that had been hidden here. And what transpires is they were tortured, and then their bodies were found in a cave about a kilometre up from here. Yeah, they'd been shot after having not given up any secrets or information. Very thought-provoking and horribly saddening, and I shall be looking up a little bit more on the history, and it shows that people were resistant, and people can be resistant.
Okay, well, we've found an absolutely beautiful spot here just to sit down and chill for a little bit.
In the shade, next to the water.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Dogs are nice and chilled as well. Yep. So yeah, we're just going to sit here for a little bit, enjoy this area because it is really nice here. And we are sitting in some lovely shade with a body of water just here, which is exactly what we need. Might even go for a dip. But we'll see you again next week. So thank you very much for watching, and yeah, we'll see you again soon. Take care.
See you next week. Bye bye.